I'm about to give her my work badge. That's not going to work at all.
No.
The work badge is not going to work at all. Thank you. Man, I was about to put that back in my other hookup. Thank you. Thank you. You're going to have to do something with that situation. I'm going to get my Tim Brew, baby. Put it right there.
Great Awakening, Grand Rising.
Thank you.
Top of the morning. What up, though? Welcome to Commute Chronicles, episode 36. Yeah, we thought we'll try the live out on Facebook since YouTube has recently forbidden me to upload any lives or any content for the last week. Instagram is also bugging out on me.
Thank you.
But outside of that, I'm glad to be here joined with the Facebook family. Appreciate y'all chiming in, checking in. Would first like to say, make sure you go to YouTube and like and subscribe to the Black Hand Side YouTube channel. Greatly appreciate your support there. Trying to build an audience. And if you can go over there and watch some of the past Commute Chronicle lives that we've had, you might dig it. Check them out. That's what's up. So, yeah. News. The news has been crazy. A lot of shit going on in the world, y'all. You got the moon. Big old moon. You got the sun pulsating. We got a lot of energy going on right now. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the spike of violent incidents and police murders and rebellions, people taking over political, not political, what am I trying to say, taking over government buildings and shit. So what are we really doing out here? What's really going on? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's what, 6:05 a.m. and we're looking at this beautiful moon right now. Let me see if I can get y'all to see what we're looking at. Yeah, y'all see that? That's what we checking out right now. That beautiful moon, full. I took out my singing bowl this morning, just did a little meditation around 4 this morning, 4 a.m. A little after, between 3:30 and 4 a.m. I was up early with my cat. And, yeah. So, yeah, so this is the daily gig. Up at the crack of dawn to get ready to go to work for the hour commute every day. It was cold yesterday, dude. I was like, man, this is July, this fucking cold. It's kind of cold this morning, but I know the weather's been weird in a lot of different places. You got the volcano in Utah. You got the what else did I see? A storm. Oh, the lightning storms in Georgia. You got that going on. Like, they've had a lightning storm, like, every day for, like, almost, like, a month. Michigan, they just chemtrailing us to death out here in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, I feel like I live in Gotham City. For real. I made that video with that of the sun yesterday. The sun looking like it was pulsating because, you know, behind all that cloud formation and the fog, manufactured fog, I don't know what the fuck that shit was. That shit was looking crazy. But the sun looked like a white dot in the sky to me. But when I recorded it, it's pulsating and sending out waves and shit. That shit was crazy. And I'm like, damn. I can feel it though. The sun is definitely recharging the battery pack. I almost went sit by the water. But because I don't really do that, you know what I'm saying, out here, it's just like, I don't feel like
it's relaxing.
I mean, yeah, but I don't feel like being looked, being like, oh, who's that? What's going on with her?
No, because you know how many people park there?
I know.
You would not be the only one parked there looking at the goddamn water.
Yes, I wanted to get it because the sun was bright and hot.
Everybody parked there. In fact, somebody rolled off the goddamn, rolled off into that bitch about a month or two ago.
Damn, like suicide, or they just...
They said, the article said medical emergency.
Yeah, they was trying to unalive themselves. That's what that would sound like.
It's an older cat. But you know, there ain't really no barriers. Like you want to murk yourself, you can just roll off that bitch.
Well, I did one of the, you know, like I haven't really been vocal on social media because, you know, I know Fedbook, I know the feds is watching and listening, you know, so I don't really get vocal like I used to. I used to like leave paragraphs for motherfuckers and get really radical on social media, but I've stopped doing that because, you know, I have come to learn after that large group I was connected with over 75,000 people. This is during the Mike Brown, when Mike Brown initially got murdered. Facebook disbanded that whole group and put all the admins on a month, you know, like we was in jail, Facebook jail for like a month, and the originator of the group, I think she was like in the Facebook jail for like damn near 6 months. So they kept us from networking, communicating with each other. They just mantled that whole large group of black folks. It was a huge networking group. You know what I'm saying? That she like put together and organically like pulled people in. Like we had a nice network, and Facebook just came in and just said, "Not today." You know what I'm saying? And just wiped that motherfucking group out. And ever since then, they've been on my ass. My original account with my government name has been erased from Facebook when I had a great network of friends. They totally took me off Facebook. But I was able to hack it where, you know, they couldn't fuck with my positive page. I was able to keep that.
First, let's get back to why.
But the whole reason why I'm saying that...
because you sit up there trying to act like...
What?
You sit up there trying to act for the... First, yeah, you were getting long-winded. And...
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to sit back and act like these niggas wasn't copyrighting you for music and shit like that. And then stuff just being affiliated with certain groups.
But my whole defense on that was like, that's our music, though. We wrote that music.
Not if a white person owned it.
But that's my thing. Just because y'all own some shit on paper...
No, that's everything.
Don't mean that we, as black folks, can't share our music.
It does if
for
white people
moral
own it.
support. So I don't care what they say. I'm still going to stand on that.
That's why the page is gone.
I don't think it was just because of that. You know what I'm saying? I believe it was because I was
contributed.
Whatever, dude. I'm still was networking, and they basically bullied and took my whole shit off Facebook. Period. Regardless of what it was, they erased me from Facebook.
Off of their network.
So the whole point of me saying this, because you know, he over here, I'm getting upset right now because I'm trying to stay on track. I had to indulge in responding to a post where a bunch of black folks got together and just started being judgmental against this video where you had this little boy. He maybe was 7 years old, if that. I don't think he was in diapers, but he was like, he was a little baby, you know, he was a baby, youngster. And the cops were standing there, and he was basically going off on them cops, kicking out. He was capping on their shoes. He was capping on the way they was wearing their pants. I was like, and they couldn't really do nothing to him because he was a little kid. And he was like, fuck the police, and everybody was going in talking about they lost. And I'm like, why would we sit here and say that these children are lost? When these are the babies or the crack babies. Okay? And he's obviously in an environment that they are victimized by the police. He has no respect for them whatsoever, because when you think about it, do the police have any respect for us? I don't care what neighborhood, what community you represent. Do the police respect us? No, they don't. So why are we chastising a child that's doing what we all need to be doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Creating a vanguard against this evil that comes into our neighborhoods and cause trauma, confusion, and disruption and murder. But the child gets criticized for saying fuck the cop. He a baby and can and see what it is. And what I was trying to convey to them was like, dude, like them children are not lost. They have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose. And they are a byproduct of our laziness. And when notice I say are, like we are all collectively responsible for the state that we are in. Because a lot of us take an apathetic way or apathetic approach to our fucked up situation in this country. And because, what's the saying, you take it out on the ones you love the most, because we're in close proximity and that's all we know, we blaming each other. And I just thought it was really sad how we congregate on social media, on, like you said, the white man's platform, how we congregate and just diss our own for all to see and hear and record and take notes and study us by. We be acting like a bunch of white folks, sitting back talking about our own like we ain't shit. But it's our shit that's in their museums, though.
Can you cuss on Facebook?
I don't give... And?
Once again, that's the attitude.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm a little excitable right now.
Exactly.
I'm going to try to watch my language. I'm sorry.
You don't have to. Or
if I offended anybody, but thank you for pointing that out. Okay, I'm going to try to watch my language. But, you know, these are times where, you know, if you're halfway conscious, you're in a constant rage. I'm sorry if I'm not being politically correct. I'm sorry if I'm not choosing, you know, happy pappy words to convey my message here. No, shit is messed up. And it disturbs me when I watch other black folk diss other black folk on a white man's platform like we have no control or any discernment when it comes to us. And you basing that off of it, and that's just one. That's another video. Like teenagers, they may be like 16, 17, no adults present, and nothing but kids in the house. Kids with guns. They getting shot up at, somebody shooting into the house, and all you hear is the girls saying, shoot back, niggas, shoot back. So all the little boys grab the guns is about as big as they is, and they all shooting back. And again, we're collectively on a white man's platform dissing folks. They lost. Damn, what's wrong with them? Damn, that's sad. Damn, I mean, like, really? I'm like, I see the future. I see salvation. I see that they are preparing for what's to come. They ready. At least they got the heart to shoot back. Because my generation ain't doing nothing but sitting back, watching this shit like a movie.
Don't lump everybody, because it's other people.
I'm just saying.
In our generation that are doing stuff. You got New Era Detroit, New Era Nation, just pumping it out.
That nobody supports or promotes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not talking. I mean, I would think if I'm talking to a legion of adults that I wouldn't have to be that specific. Of course, I'm not being, I'm generalizing, but I'm saying for the most part, and I use the word collective stringently.
I'm just saying, but when you throw a negative out, throw a positive out there too. New Era Nation, big ups.
I mean, of course, New Era Detroit is the blueprint, and they're making a lot of moves.
The black print.
And they making a lot of noise out here, but people ain't really gravitating. Like they should be an army right now. That's what I'm saying. New Era Nation should be a fucking army right now. But
I think they are.
I mean, with bigger numbers, is what I'm saying. Yes, they are a force to be reckoned with, but they could use the bigger numbers. And like, our diversity is our strength, in numbers. It's like when people people assume you got to be uniform and everybody got to think the same and act the same in order to get something accomplished. It's like, no, that's not how melanated people are made up. We all are diverse and can bring something to the table.
You're not going to agree on everything, but your core principles got to be the same.
Right. Like, we got to at least pick one thing to get behind. Just one thing. It ain't got to be, we got a plate full of shit we can deal with. But can we just pick one thing that everybody can collectively stand on and stand by? Just one thing. And I'm not saying the whole 14% that they claim that's what we are. I personally believe we make up way more than 14%.
So we can see what the fuck the Chronicles. So we can see the moon and all that.
You know what I'm saying? So, but made me lose my thought.
You said you was trying to run core principle.
Andre wants y'all to see this moon.
I just want to see the road. This is Commute Chronicles, damn it.
Yeah, but
Chronological.
I gotta
chronologizing our motherfucking commute to the little old punk. I was about to start cussing. There we go, right here. All those trucks carrying nothing. Sitting over here at the rest area.
So
cannabis taking over. Another cannabis billboard.
What I do with my lighter just that quick. But I'm trying not to be on a rant, but I'm an empath, so I'm feeling all this crazy energy, man. And it's heavy. This energy is heavy. There's a lot of people going through some shit right now, man.
Let me slow my butt down. I'm loud. I'm doing 87. Didn't feel like it though.
Didn't feel like it at all.
Oh dang. That's how them people come.
What people?
The people who come out and give people citations. That's
and the sheriffs?
They give citations. Them people.
He wrote down my back a little bit so I can smoke this. Yeah, that moon is beautiful though. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit.
Get over since you.
Oh, when I zoom in, it takes it out of focus. I was saying, can we get one thing that we could collectively stand on? Now, I've been an advocate for reparations, but that has created such a division amongst us, you know what I'm saying, that's just going to have to happen organically, because, like I said, we already took that shit to Washington, and Obama shot that shit down, you know what I'm saying, and it's just like, ain't nobody said nothing since, did nothing since, nothing. Ain't nobody really doing nothing. They say Washington, D.C. has been shut down for months. And I mean, basically, the way shit is playing out, ain't nobody up in Washington.
Who's they?
I mean, TikTok videos, people who got time to read articles and watch shit, is reporting. Like, TikTok is more of a reporting-based platform than fucking mainstream news. Because people are showing shit in real time. They got cameras. And
anybody in the Washington, D.C. area, could you walk by that Capitol and see what's going on? Is it any activity? Because we trying to get to the bottom of this. Is Washington shut down?
It's barricaded, and they said ain't nobody been up in that motherfucker for months.
So anybody in the D.C. area,
right?
Could
Please
you roll
leave a
out
comment
and verify whether there's
life at the White House,
whether there's life over there at the Capitol? Because I just got a big problem with this they stuff.
But you're not on TikTok. You ain't really on TikTok like that.
So once again,
as a content, I surf a lot of content.
So once again,
to find content for my platform. So I see a lot of shit across many walks of life. And TikTok is one of them platforms where you're going to fall into that rabbit hole depending on what your interest is. You can't just go to TikTok and be blinded and just let TikTok show you what they want to show you, because you're going to see the goofy shit. You have to set your TikTok to black creators. That's number one. Support black creators on TikTok, because we get shadow banned and get silenced. That way you're creating the content that you want to see. Because if you don't, TikTok is going to just flush your page with, dumb stuff. Same with Instagram. You go to Instagram and you like somebody's page and you assume you're going to see that person's content. And then, a little time go by and you be like, dang, I ain't seen this person's content in a while, because maybe one video might come through your page, your, FY page. But what Instagram has done is basically, if you like a page, they turn off all the notifications, and you got to go in personally off of each account that you follow and tell Instagram what you want to see off of their page. Videos, live videos, their stories, and their reels. And if you don't, Instagram is not going to show you them people's content. They got it set up where they're shadow banning black creators. And it's like, if we don't all at least get on board and support each other in this virtual space, we got to show that. I mean, because it mimics what's happening in real life. If we dissing each other in the internet space, imagine how we convey that energy in real life amongst each other. That's why I make it a point. If I'm in somewhere and I see another black person, I acknowledge them. I don't just walk by somebody unless they're giving off bad vibes. I do kind of let my energy reader, kind of give me a little, foresight on that. But for the most part, I am acknowledging black people that I share the same space with. Like in a grocery store or at the gas station. Depending on where I'm at, I'm going to at least say hello. And how many of us are actually practicing that every day? Acknowledging another melanated person. Outside of your family and co-workers and friends. I'm talking about complete strangers. You know how many people have lit up? Who face lit up when I just simply said hello? Or what up, though? How you doing today? And I always ended, please be safe out here. So that alerts all the pale faces that's in the same space we in. We on to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no soft targets over here. We are fully aware of what's going on. And I make sure that message is conveyed between me and that other melanated person and anyone else who's in the listening vicinity. That's just the little things you can do. Little bits of power that you can have control over. So, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been posting any live content, because, YouTube had me blocked. They just, I can upload now, but I chose to come to Facebook and do a live because, Facebook is a family as well. And I'm trying to build a family on YouTube. So if all my subscribers on positive side of blackness can go over to my YouTube page, the Black Hand Side, and subscribe and check out our morning commute lives, that'd be greatly appreciated. Please go over there and like and subscribe the page on YouTube. Thank you very much. But yeah, man, it's a lot of that's my rant for this morning on that. I'm a full believer of freedom of expression, but then we also gotta be responsible as well with that freedom, and understand that discernment is a superpower. There's a lot of shit out here that's used to distract us and turn our heads away from more serious issues that are going on. Cardi B feeling it, Meg Thee Stallion feeling it, it's like, I'm sorry, but that form of entertainment isn't doing it no more. It's getting old. It's played out. We got to get serious about things. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get more serious about what we leaving for our kids. I have a 21-year-old, you know, her graduation was 2020, and that's the year that, you know, everything just kind of fell apart and shut down. My daughter didn't have a graduation because of that, because her high school shut down. They didn't have a graduation, they didn't have a homecoming, they didn't have prom, they didn't have none of that. Now imagine, you know, when I went in high school, you know, we had all those things. I chose not to go to my prom because I couldn't go to the prom with the person I wanted to go with because he was all the way in Michigan and I was all the way in California. And if I wasn't going with him, I wasn't going with nobody. Okay? So that's why I didn't go to the prom. But my daughter didn't even have a choice. You know what I'm saying? It was like the country just shut down. And I mean, can you imagine what that does to our kids? As adults, it was hard for me to wrap my brain around that because I could only think about how it's affecting her, and I had no power in changing that. It was nothing as a parent we could do, but just kind of like fill the void. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a different world for our babies right now, man. But they got to figure it out the same way we had to figure it out. But they gonna need a little more help. We can kind of do it on our own. You know, these babies out here today, man, they, ooh, good Lord. It's too much to even think about sometimes, you know? Brain just gets heavy, like, and my heart gets heavy. Like, I be feeling for these babies out here, man. Damn, what was that, another rock?
Probably. Bug don't sound like that. Bug don't make noises like that.
These bugs nowadays, man, they be huge.
Giant snails in Florida.
Yeah, what's
they
that
just
about?
call them African snails, like for real. Everything that you've seen destructive has got to come from Africa.
I know, like, what's
but
that
yet
about?
you raping the planet. You raping Mother Africa.
And then, what's that? Jamaica got an invasive bug.
Invasive bug for the beans.
For the beans. You know, shit, their primary food.
That lady, she said, it's been out there about 3 years. She said Jamaicans told her, because she just got out there last year, told her that that's when they popped up. They popped up last year.
Yeah, never before.
Well, 3 years ago.
And it's like now these motherfuckers are like fucking up their crops.
So that apparently them giant snails eat stucco.
So like, but what is the threat though? Like, what are they?
What is eating stucco?
And
that's
so,
people's houses.
Wow.
It's eating plastic.
Yeah, but what snails eat fucking stucco and
They're
plastic?
the ones in Florida.
I know, but my thing is like, they have.
They're the ones in Florida.
I don't know a whole lot about snails. I'm gonna start there. I don't know a whole lot about snails to be sitting here dropping down any fucking facts about snails. But I know one thing: plastic and snails is not the first thing I think that go together.
I know you ain't about to saute them. How about that?
And them bad boys were huge. I'm saying they look like they were made in a fucking lab.
Don't, regardless of where they there, or they're being reported there. How about that?
Florida.
I ain't there to see them motherfuckers for myself.
Right. But you know, Florida is just one big ass Jurassic Park anyway. Vultures and the little geckos that you be damn near stepping on, but they so quick. They just move out.
Gecko's the insurance company.
Geckos, you know what I'm saying? It's like they move so fast, they just step out of your way because there's so many of them. You would think you were stepping on them like crickets. But they so fast, they just move out your way and create a path for you. And that shit crazy as hell. Like you walking through a bunch of little bitty tiny toy dinosaurs. That shit blew my mind out, man, when we lived out there in Naples, Florida for them 2 years. I was like, what kind of Jurassic Park back in Flintstone type shit going on over here? vultures chilling on the garbage dumpsters and shit.
We got vultures where we at.
I mean, but they're not just chilling on the dumpster.
They got a whole
garbage
bunch of
dumpsters.
vultures, though. But they do pop out for them dead bodies.
Them bad boys chilling on. You go and take your morning trash, and you got 3 vultures. It took me a minute to get used to that. I wouldn't do it. I was like, I gotta wait till y'all leave. I wouldn't go out there with them vultures sitting on there like that. And then eventually, they don't bother you. Unless, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you eventually get over that.
They don't bother you unless you dead.
Exactly. Vultures don't mess with you if you're walking and breathing. They don't fuck with you. But they huge. And them huge dragonflies in Florida. They got them, you know, they manufacture them in the labs to handle the bugs. Like I said, them 2 years I was out there, I don't think I've ever gotten bitten by a mosquito. I don't believe I ever had a mosquito bite.
By mosquitoes now. Hey, where the mosquitoes at?
Yeah, I thought about that too. Where the mosquitoes at? I thought about that the other night, now that you mention it. But I know a reason why I wasn't getting bitten. They was because they got them big ass dragonflies they unleash out every summer, the beginning of the summer, right? But speaking now, that was years ago. You know, now speak like you said, and also flies. Where the flies at? I ain't been seeing no flies either. Have you been seeing flies?
Yes.
I haven't seen any flies.
We had
Not as many as that can be. They used to be over the garbage cans and shit. You don't even. I'm just saying, it's not a whole lot of flies. I mean, yes, I've seen 1 or 2 flies, but it's the summertime. They're not sitting on shit. You know, you walk by a piece of shit and there's a gang of flies on it. There are no flies, dude. Like 1 or 2 flies does not make up for like there's no flies. No mosquitoes. The birds are acting weird. You got fish swimming up on the Jamaican waters. I think that was in Jamaica that they were at. Might have been in Africa. I'm not. There's a bunch of black folks. Like the fish want to come up out the water. Nobody's giving us an explanation of that ring of fire that was in the middle of the ocean about 4 months ago? Ain't nobody gave us an explanation on that. And them fish was acting like they wanted to get the hell up out that water. I'm like, what has been unleashed in the water? Where animals are acting weird. Is the water's getting too hot? Like, what's really going on? What's your take on it, Andre?
Dude, I don't have no take. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm seeing this phenomenon like everybody else.
Just the fact that you said phenomenon, that's a good word.
Because look, I don't
be a force of good. Look at that.
I'm not just gonna sit up there and be looking at. I can only talk about the stuff I'm seeing, the stuff that other people showing and stuff like that. Like people running around saying the Capitol know this. That's why I'm asking people who there. What do you see? But people from DC in the Capitol.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's on TikTok. Motherfuckers are up there at the Capitol showing there's no one there. You're saying acting like ain't nobody got no proof. Like, go to TikTok. People with cameras are showing you there's no one here.
This is on Facebook. Anybody in the Facebook realm, are you in DC? Send a link. Show it. What's going on? Wherever you're watching this. Because just go to TikTok. This live is on Facebook. Holla.
But they trying to remove TikTok now. They trying to really take TikTok down because people are showing shit in real time. In the first place, they're not loading it up to World Star Hip Hop. They're not loading it up to fake. They are loading their shit up to TikTok. Because that's pretty much where everybody at. And there's so many subs.
So can you do a live on TikTok?
I think I can. I'm not sure because I'm not like a veteran on TikTok. I've only been on TikTok. I've been on TikTok less than a year. It ain't even been a full year since I've been on TikTok. But because I resisted TikTok for a long time. Like, I thought it was just a bunch of, dumb stuff. But apparently, no. TikTok is an information platform. And, you got to utilize your discernment, but you got to pick and choose your creators, too. You know what I'm saying? Well, who you listening to? That's with anything. On any platform, actually. But, yeah. I support TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Because people got time on their hands, they're not working, so they're reading more, they're going outside more, they're tapped in more, because people got time.
Yeah, they ain't working. Or they say they ain't working.
People got time, especially these white folks. They got time, dude. I'm telling you, white folks be going in on TikTok, yo. Talking about, man, trying to get to the bottom of the truth. Boy, you find it just about anything on TikTok, dude. You find weird, the information, black shit, anything. If you want to watch the goofy stuff, they got that on there, too.
Anybody from the DC area?
Oh my God.
Yes.
You still on that?
Yeah, since we're on Facebook, I'm not bringing the other platform up.
I should put some vodka on there because my granny liked vodka.
I thought it was gin.
No, my granny liked vodka. The gin is what that Shea guy likes. That's what she likes. White liquor. So that's in homage to her. That African deity. But my granny liked vodka. What white liquor? Mainly vodka. I mean, she would drink gin. I was really the gin drinker when I was young. And I had to walk away from that gin because the gin made me fight. You know, or want to fight. Never was a brown liquor drinker. I can't do Hennessy. I can do rum, but Hennessy, Crown Royal, all that shit, I can't fuck with that. I'm more of a margarita, specialty drink, not sweet drinks, but let's drink with a punch. Remember the Long Island iced teas? I used to get blew out from that shit, man. Long Island iced teas, boy. Snaps. These days, and I was doing the wine, and then now, I just don't really do anything. I don't really drink. Like, I'm drunk enough to last me 3 lifetimes. I'm pretty good on the drinking. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and end the live. Please go to our YouTube page and like, share, and subscribe to Black Inside YouTube. And check out our tomorrow's morning commute live. We appreciate everyone who chimed in. Thank you and have a blessed day. Protect your worth by any means necessary.